Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, I'm Becky with Becky Selman's Art Studio. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing wonderful. It rained here yesterday, early this morning, which really helped everything out around here. We're really dry. We really need some water, so that was a welcomed shower this morning, although I did not like all the thunder and the lightning. Anyway, enough about that. We're going to do, some people have come on because they've got some interest in my tribal wrecks. Okay, now the tribal wreck is not a wreck. It's a wreck, but it's how I layer my paints onto my substrate, not the actual wreck. So, my streaking of paints across the base is the actual method, for the start of the method of a tribal wreck. So, I'm going to show y'all how to do this now. It's real simple, but very intense in the colors. So let's get started, shall we? I have picked Porridge Posse's Bumblebee Yellow. It is an awful bright yellow for my base. Have I mentioned that with the tribal wreck, the base color really doesn't matter, other than you really don't want it to be a shimmer. You want it to be a standard color. If you do a shimmer, you want to put all standard colors on top with just a very few shimmer on top of them, because the shimmers will blend their lines together. So we're going to lay down this Bumblebee Yellow really quick, and we're going to spread it out evenly on the this is a 11 by 14 alu panel. It's by Tri-Art. I carry these in the store at www.beckyselmansartstudio, and that'll be down right there. So you can write it down and find these. They go all the way up to a 16-inch round. So let's begin. I'm trying to keep it straight for y'all. Okay, so I got that in the center. We're going to spin it out. And we're going to tilt it. We're going to let it, we don't want it to come off yet, because I don't want to waste the yellow. I am using a damaged one, so I'm not using any stock. This is an alu panel that I wouldn't sell to my customers because of the fact that it's got a marled edge, a banged up edge. So I'm just kind of giving it this a little room to move. There we go. My mix, my pouring medium is 7:1 or 3.5 to 1/2 mixed pour to acrylic. You can get mixed pour from Krista Rasmussen, and I will link her in the bottom of this, and I will also give you her email down in the bottom in the description box, so that way you can find your own bottle of mix. It's the right consistency. for this painting. I might have had to use all that yellow. Oh! We're making a mess now, but this is what you want. You want to have a nice even layer on the top. So I'm just letting it spin out to get it an even coat. I can see already that we're going to have problems with this panel moving. There we go. Maybe if I just am nice to it today, it won't slide. So, like I said, the actual wrecking is not the travel wreck, although the travel wreck does incorporate wrecking. It is not. The method of layering the paints is the actual method. Okay, let me make sure. All right, we've got an even layer, pretty even layer, all the way across that. Okay, so this one is going to get messy because we're going to create lots of paint off of this canvas. So, I think that's pretty much even on that. I just don't like it on the... Okay, so we're going to... Which way do I want to put the stripes? I'm going to do the stripes this way, just to see how it looks. This is PBO's iridescent green blue. I really wasn't thinking about the sheer size of this canvas versus what paints I had mixed up. It's okay, we're going to try to save as much paint as we can. The coming back across is you might have to slow down to let your paint dribble down that stick. I chose a thick stick, a big fat stick, to lay these paints down, because I did not really want thin lines. I wanted thicker lines than usual. And you just kind of come fill in the spots where you think it's not as even or uneven as ever you want. Remember, this is your wreck, your travel wreck. This is just the layering of the paints is the actual, what I'm calling the travel wreck. Okay, try to stay in line. With those other paints. I've not got the steadiest hand. But that's okay. That's copper. Or not copper, excuse me. What is this? Yeah, I think this is, it is, I think. it may be bronze by Global Colors. It's the copper color for Global Colors. I had these mixed up yesterday, so I'm kind of forgetting the names of what I mixed up here. There it is. It's metallic copper. That's what it is. Metallic copper by Global Colors. You know, it's hard when you're trying to think about doing something, not to do something, and then what is the next thing you do? You do it. Like, I'm trying to keep this copper off those blues, but in some spots I layered right across them. So, you know, you just kind of gotta, I'm getting yellow and all this stuff all over me. So now we're gonna come back in with this Carolina Blue. It's called Carolina Blue by Porge Posse Paints. Okay, so now I'm gonna torch one more time because I see a few bubbles. Okay, so we've got this like this. This is the actual wreck. This is the actual tribal wreck, the way you layer the paints. So now I'm fixing to wreck it, and now you just gotta kind of figure out how you want to wreck it. So we're gonna wreck it in swirl patterns, like a little forest of swirl pattern of swirly trees. So I usually start in a corner or something like that. I never start in the center. So I always start on the edge, and I come up. And I make a swirl. Now, come right beside it and make a baby tree swirl. It also creates movement along your lines, so they're not always that uniformed. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do another one right here. So, in my mind, that's all I've got right here for this side. I might come back to it, but now I'm going to draw this side. Now we're going to go real close to it and come out with another spiral. With another spiral. Okay, so I'm going to start working up here in this opening part. Okay. All right, so I've got those. Now, I think I'm going to come up and I'm going to do my, what do I call that? My snail ears. So we're going to come up. And as you're coming up, you want to lift your paint to make sure it comes up out of the, like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take it from right here and go up. I may do another one right here. All right. So now I'm gonna rake out from this line this way. Out that way. Out that way. You're just kind of raking in spots to where it's not so just plain. So I think that's good. I think that's pretty enough. Now I'm going to move my paints. Give me just a moment because there's a lot of paint on this and I don't want it to just start coating my cups with paint. I've already got enough paint on me. I don't really need any more. So all I'm doing, and I'm not going to show you, but I'm just scraping my sticks, putting the lid on the cups, and I'm be done. It's just easier to work when your paints are all out of the way. Looking for my lids. Let me know how y'all like this pattern. I really like it. I like the swirls. It's kind of got an Alice in Wonderland type of vibe to me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Because we still have to spin it out. And that's the tricky part. I spun it out on an 8x10 and it looked great. But I've got so much paint. I've got so many wrecks that anything could go wrong here. So you want to pop bubbles if there's any. Usually in the center of these swirls you're going to have a bubble, just from pulling your daughter through the paint. So here we go. Let's cross our fingers and hope that these stay together. Now I do not do this fast at all. I do not spin this out fast. The quicker you spin it, your design will go away. So I just kind of spin it the other way so it has a good, even, smooth way, and it gets it off both ways. It also helps bring the lines back to center if they go wobble on the edges. I'm going to spin it just a little bit more. I just want to make sure that they don't move. Okay. That's kind of what I had, thinking I was going to lose some of my swirls. Like, I've almost lost this one, and I've got half of that one. I think I've completely lost a swirl over here. I have. But that's okay. This still has swirls on it. It still looks wrecked. I can always come back and put more swirls on it if need be, but I don't think so. I think that's how I want it to look. Maybe this is kind of drab right here. I think a budding one right there. You can always come back and touch this up because there's still mega amounts of paint on this. So do what you need to do to finish working it out however you want. Just to break up lines. All right, that's done. I'm not messing with it anymore. Whatever drips, drips. Whatever comes off, comes off. I'm done with this painting. I'm gonna bring you in for the close-up now. Just like a flyover. This is it close up. Bring it down a little bit more. There you go. Now you can see those colors. That is an 11 by 14 that I got my travel rec to work on. If you have any questions, just email me or comment in the comment sections below. I'll be happy to answer any questions. So I hope this helps, and I think that's going to do it for this video. Bye-bye.